We stood at the pump, inhaling the sharp fumes of leaded gasoline, while watching the numbers click higher and feeling the heavy steel nozzle vibrate in our hands. We laced up our skates and glided down the Venice boardwalk with wind in our feathered hair, dodging tourists and feeling the endless freedom of a California summer on wheels. We posed for portraits in our backyard, freezing our smiles for a future generation and trying to look like the perfect nuclear family the television promised we should be. We wore our practice jerseys cut short to show off the results of summer training and stood proud in the grass, bound by the brotherhood of the varsity team. We stood on the corner in our widest bell-bottoms and thumbed for rides, trusting the kindness of strangers in muscle cars to get us to the next adventure. We walked Melrose Avenue with hair teased to the heavens and oversized leather jackets, trying to look like the rock stars we worshipped and pretending we owned the sidewalk. We grew up in modest Burbank houses, where the stucco walls cracked under the heat and the window air conditioning units rattled bravely against the oppressive valley summer. We sat on the patio of the Old World restaurant under the red striped awning, pretending we were in Europe while eating schnitzel in the middle of a sun-baked California suburb. We parked under the futuristic wing of Tiny Nailers and bathed in the neon glow while eating burgers and dreaming of the Las Vegas Strip teased on the billboards above. We drove up to the tiny photomat island in the middle of the asphalt sea, handing over our precious rolls of film and praying the memories would not come back overexposed. We were drawn to the bright yellow walls of the quirky shops, where the architecture was as loud as our music, and every storefront promised a new identity waiting to be bought. Inside the aisles of Tower Records, we stood under the Wings posters and flipped through thousands of albums searching for the perfect soundtrack to define our teenage years. We lined up outside Gazari on the Strip, breathing in the exhaust of passing muscle cars, and desperate to hear the loud guitars and feel the electric pulse of the night. We lived for the nights when bands like Motley Crue ruled the clubs with their teased hair and spandex and the absolute refusal to ever grow up. The Sherman Oaks Galleria was our neon cathedral where we wasted hours under artificial palms eating processed food and basking in the cool hum of eternal air conditioning. Deep inside CBS Television City, we watched history being made on walls of flickering monitors and trusted the hum of machinery to bring the outside world to us. We looked up at the massive Budweiser sign towering over the train car diner and felt the chaotic energy of the Strip vibrating through the steering wheel. The wall billboard stopped us in our tracks on Sunset Boulevard with its terrified cartoons and white bricks that screamed of teenage rebellion and rock opera grandeur. Our horizon was cluttered with Merit cigarette ads and Sloan dry cleaning, creating a landscape that smelled of starch and gasoline and the dusty asphalt of a long afternoon. We cruised beneath the towering palms of Los Angeles in the 1980s, where the air smelled of exhaust and ambition as we chased the golden promise of that distant white sign. We parked the heavy Ford pickup on a misty street where the chrome grille grinned through the fog and the engine cooled with the ticking sound of reliable steel. In the shadow of the Hotel Rosslyn sign, we drove through the gritty canyons of downtown, where the air was thick with reality and the streets belonged to the working class. The dry heat of the San Fernando Valley rose from the asphalt as we watched the world through rusted chain-link fences and felt small against the endless power lines. We wandered down Abbot Kinney Boulevard when it was still rough around the edges, and the brick walls wore murals like tattoos, telling stories of a Venice that belonged to the artists. We dragged our catamarans onto the sand at the Malibu Yacht Club, where the salt spray matted our hair, and the only deadline was the setting sun. We hunted for treasure inside Aardvark on Melrose Avenue, where the smell of mothballs was perfume and a used leather jacket was the only armor we needed to face the world. Our skyline was a collage of temptation, featuring the sands in Las Vegas and the new Subaru imports that were slowly replacing the Detroit giants we loved.